I really hope that this video gets to the right person, because what I'm about to share with you can have the capacity to change your life forever. So I'll tell you my story real quick of how I make the money that I make on the internet, which has changed my life. I can go to sleep when I want. I can wake up when I want. I can travel pretty much anywhere in the world from a laptop with a laptop and a cell phone. And so I have a freedom business that's a dream come true. And I used to be stuck in dead-end jobs that I hated, and I was miserable for 15, 20 years. And so I'll tell you how I did it, and the most important thing of all. If you haven't started, you better start now. It happens to be June of 2025 at the time of this recording. I saw the things that I see right now way back in the year 2001. I was invited to a Tuesday night meeting by a company called, it was a multi-level marketing company, and they handed me a Kiyosaki book, The Cash Flow Quadrant, and Parable of the Pipeline by Burke Hedges. I read the books immediately. Then they started giving me books and tapes and tapes and tapes. I devoured all of them. I was listening to all of the information that said if you do not build multiple streams of income and passive and residual income to where you make money while you sleep, you will be doomed to working for someone else the rest of your life, or you can start your own business, which is also really hard. Well, I went to work at that, and I failed miserably. From 18 to 19 to 20, I tried again at 21. I tried at 24, 25, and 26, and failed miserably in multiple different businesses. Barely made a penny. And I kept trying and trying and trying, and finally, I started a personal brand business teaching how to start a landscaping business of all things, because I had started my own landscaping business out of sheer desperation, and I grew the business to over 100K. I hired employees, and then I built a landscaping business. So I started teaching how to start a landscaping business on YouTube, and I made like 3,000 videos. I started growing subscribers and selling books and audiobooks and creating online courses and offering coaching calls, obsessed with marketing the entire time. When I finally started to make a little bit of money, I'm talking about like $100 to $200 a month, I invested all of it back into the internet business. I worked 80 to 90 hours a week in my landscaping business, and worked another 15 to 25 hours a week on my media business, until I got to the point where I was finally making $300 a month. The 100 hours a week went to about 90 hours a week for about 6 years. All my relationships, personal and family, disintegrated and disappeared as I just worked myself into oblivion, and I was only able to hold on to my wife and my pets. Then it turned into about $600 to $700 a month, and it took me about 7 long years of working like that to dig myself out of debt and repair my credit score. And finally, after about 9 to 10 years, I was finally able to get a little tiny home for my wife and I. That's how freaking long it took. And around that time, I was making about, it took me a decade to crack $4,500 a month, and then I finally crossed $5,000 a month. And after about 11 years, I was going insane. I went to insane and hell and back 100 times trying to build businesses. Everything I did didn't work. It failed. It growed slowly. Every time I thought I was getting somewhere, I got nowhere, and it got worse. Then after about 12 years, I finally cracked $7,500 a month. And I kept hustling and hustling 70 hours a week. Emotional breakdowns, laying on my kitchen floor telling my wife about to call 911 because I thought I was having a heart attack. My hair went gray in the process. I only saw people when I went to their funerals. I love God, and I love my family, and I love my wife. After about 13 years, I cracked 10,000 a month. And I watched all my friends become millionaires and multi-millionaires. I sacrificed everything, and I tried my best, and I gave every minute of every day. I read 480. I'm on book 483 right now. I keep track of my books that I can. I invest back into. I've spent $65,000 in online courses. I spent $13,000 on one coach, $1,000 an hour to another coach. I've paid $500 an hour, $250 an hour for coaches. I've paid tens of thousands of dollars in hiring virtual assistants, probably over $100,000 at this time point. It probably cost me $150,000 just to get my YouTube channel up to, which it has 158,000 subscribers now. After about 14 years of this shit, I finally started making money. I finally cracked into $15,000 a month. I went insane because now I was paying Uncle Sam and payroll and payroll taxes and insurance and paying a team and a videographer. I'm like, this freaking internet business is every bit as harder than I'm running a landscaping business. You make money while you sleep, but it's really hard. It's a black hole. I've sunken thousands and thousands of dollars into projects that have failed repeatedly. I've built entire online courses that I thought was a product market fit, completely flopped and failed. Thousands of dollars on ads, thousands of dollars blown on videographers and editors. And I've learned millions of dollars in lessons. Okay. Then I cracked 20,000 a month. And I kept going and I never stopped. I burned out and I finally toned it back to about 60 hours a week. And then I really burned out. And I got it down to about 45 hours a week. 50 hours a week. That's because as an entrepreneur, you need the free time. You got to catch up on your freaking sleep. You got to drink some green juice and get some vitamins in your system. You got to catch up on your life. And then I started getting around really successful multimillionaires and hiring coaches. And through sheer will and determination, I started cracking about 24,000 a month. And then I had some opportunities coming, and I cracked a $60,000 a month, a $70,000 a month, and top line sales between, I don't want to tell you that number because I'm only telling you the numbers that came to me, but it's a good, more than that of you to think about. So finally, here's what I want to say. Where I'm at today, I'm nowhere near where I want to be at all. But my internet business is cranking along. It's making money. I'm hustling. It's really freaking hard. I've got multiple YouTube channels. I still run a landscaping business. But at least I can go to sleep and wake up when I want, and I have location and time freedom. And I worked like hell to get here. And I'm only here. So in the internet world, I moved out of a tent into a mobile home. Okay. So you see people make millions of dollars online. I hope you make millions in your first year. I think I'm a pretty smart guy. I mean, I really do the freaking work. I mean, we've built funnels and upsells and downsells and cross-sells and continuity packages and bulk offers and all types of shit. We're fully branded out. We got email sequences. We're fully onboarded with AI. I mean, we do the shit. I've studied copywriting, messaging ecosystem. I've studied branding. We have a brand style guide. I mean, we have 80 million views online. So I know people with tiny audiences who make millions of dollars. I don't know. I hope you do that. And I hope my brain wakes up to that very soon. But I just want to say, I saw this crystal clear 20 years ago. 25 years ago that I needed to build all this. And I really went to work and got focused on it around late 2013, early 2014. And I've been working like hell because I knew that if I didn't, it would, working a dead-end job or running a service business would make an old man out of me real quick, and I would never achieve my dreams, and I would be trapped in a location business. Now today, people have broken the 4-minute mile, and you can build a multi-million-dollar service business, and then you can actually become an absentee owner, and you can, or leave for days on end and go on vacations. You can have a pretty good life if you have the right team and you have a very profitable business. But the profit margins aren't as high as an internet business, but I won't get into any all that. I just wanted to tell you my story. I know a lot of stuff about, well, that's not a smart thing to say. I've learned a lot of stuff about internet marketing, contracts, all types of stuff, like crazy stuff. I don't want to overwhelm you, but it's basically stuff to grow a personal brand and to monetize it. So I'm excited for you. I'll put some links below. Ask me any questions. I really hope this reaches the right person, and stay blessed. I'm tired now. I'm going to bed. I only got 3 hours of sleep last night, and I'm working like a lot, hustling.